not all people have the range of motion or flexibility at the bottom to make this possible. So the way we can amend this. What's going on YouTube, it's Jason, and in this video I'm going to be showing you how to train around lower back pain. Now, when I first started training, I thought that back pain was just something that concerned old people, but the more I looked into it, the more I realized that it disproportionately affected those with desk jobs and is the leading cause of disability amongst adults. As in, it is so common that 1 in 10 of us will suffer with back pain at some point in our lives. Now, when this pain does crop up, most people make the mistake of stopping training altogether. Which, to be honest, is a catch-22 because your back pain happens because of weak muscles, and the more you don't train, the weaker your muscles get, and so on. But fear not, in this video, I'm going to give you some workarounds so that you can go to the gym and still make progress with your goals. So kicking off with our deadlifts. Deadlifts are a great compound exercise that really work the whole body. But if you have lower back pain, deadlifts can be a bit of an issue. So here are our standard deadlifts. Not all people have the range of motion or flexibility at the bottom to make this possible. So the way we can amend this is by adding some plates to the floor, like so. And this is going to give us a bit of a platform and shorten our range of motion. And that should allow for a much more natural deadlift. And by hitting the plates, it means that my lower back is not overextending. Another adjustment we can do is by using a kettlebell. So by grabbing a kettlebell and keeping the legs wide, it allows my torso to remain a lot more upright, which should make things a lot easier for my lower back. Another amendment for deadlifts, the list goes on, is our Romanian deadlift. So again, we can perform this with a barbell or dumbbells, but we're keeping the knees stiff. We're tipping forward, so the back is flat, and we're driving up, squeezing the hips through, and clenching the glutes. Again, we have a lot of flexibility. We don't need to force standard deadlifts. We can mix it up a little bit and ease the pressure on the back. If you have lower back pain, stop trying to force the back squat. People often forget that while squats is a very important exercise, it does require a lot of flexibility in the hamstrings and the Achilles. So a lot of people end up leaning forward and putting more pressure on their back. If you can't perform a squat correctly because you don't have the range of motion in your lower back or your Achilles, you can simply switch it up in one of two ways. You can either do a goblet squat, which allows your torso to stay upright. So get a dumbbell, palms facing upwards, feet shoulder width apart, and we're going to just dip and come back up. One more time. Or we can do a box squat. What we're looking to do with box squats is sit down onto the platform, box, or even a bench, and actually break up the move and have more control at the bottom of the move. So, feet shoulder width apart, we're going to just squat down onto the box, keeping the torso upright and driving through the hips. Or, if your back pain doesn't get on with squats, just do a standard leg press. People get so dogmatic about having to do squats to grow their lower body, when you can get similar, if not better results, just using the leg press. So again, as you will, feet shoulder width apart, we look to push off, coming down to 90 degrees or just above it, keeping the knees soft at the top. This allows for much more support for the knees and of course the lower back. So another exercise, barbell bent over rows. Again, another fantastic exercise for the back and the biceps. But if you're somebody with lower back pain, you may not necessarily get on with this. So if you're somebody that does feel back pain, when doing a barbell bent over row, simple adjustment is to use a bench. And You can do this by getting a bench, putting it at a slight incline, and grabbing a pair of dumbbells and performing the same exercise. So, front on the bench, and we just row in like so. Same motion, working very similar muscles, but completely takes the pressure off the lower back. So if you are someone who's struggling with lower back pain, I cannot stress the importance of strengthening your glutes. A lot of back pain happens because of tightness in the hamstrings and glutes, and also muscle weakness. So one of the ways we can strengthen the glutes is by doing a weighted hip thrust. So your bar goes on your hips. We get the bench to be about 3/4 of the way up the back, and we drive the hips through all the way up to the ceiling. Hold for 1 second at the top, like so. So another variation of this without weights is the standard glute bridge. So again, off the floor, palms on the floor facing downwards, and we do the same. We drive through the hips and we squeeze at the top. If need be, again, if you are a bit stronger, you can get a weight, a kettlebell or dumbbell, and perform the same move, like so. If you do need more information on stretching and how to improve flexibility in the lower back, check out my lower back pain video. The final variation is the single leg glute bridge. Now, glute bridge is great, but obviously if there's a muscular imbalance on either side, it can hide if you're doing both at the same time. So by doing single leg, we can actually strengthen both sides equally and give them equal attention. Another great exercise for strengthening the glutes and the hip abductors is what's called a clam. So to do this, you lie on your side and you are lifting your leg all the way to the top, not touching at the bottom, and just contracting the glutes all the way through the move. If you have a hip abductor machine in your gym, you can use one of these, but if not, do this for 15 to 20 reps each side and perform for 3 sets. Before we wrap up, that 8,000 calorie challenge did a lot better than I thought it would, and the aftermath. If you guys want to see more videos like that, let me know in the comments below. I'm more than happy to give 10, 12, 15K calories a go. But yeah, I hope you find this video helpful. Don't forget to like it, comment below for the algorithm, it massively helps. Please subscribe, and I'll see you again soon.